Okay, Crash, thanks for the update. Well, you only have hours now left to register as a new voter or make sure your current registration is up to date if you want to cast a ballot in November's presidential election. 11 Alive's Joe Hinkie is live for us in Marietta at the Cobb County Elections Office. And Joe, what options do people have if they still need to register or update their information?
Well, Jonathan, the Cobb County Elections Office behind me closed at 5, so at least here in Cobb County, registering in person, that option is now off the table. Let's talk about options that are still on the table. You can print off and mail in one of these voter registration applications if your post office is still open, because you do need to have it postmarked today. Perhaps the best option at this hour is registering online with the state. You can do that right up until midnight.
One, I think, common misconception is that when you submit your voter registration, you're not automatically added to the voter roll, right? So it goes through lots of checks. Like I mentioned, we check for citizenship, we check for felon status.
And that is why Cobb County's election director Tate Fall says, well, the deadline to register to vote is today. You might not see yourself listed as registered or your information updated immediately on the state's My Voter page. It could take a county elections office a matter of days to process piles of voter registration applications.
We've keyed, I believe, up to 30,000 voter registrations in the past 2 months. So there's a lot backlog that we got through. We saw obviously a big bump from National Voter Registration Day, and we'll see another large bump today, but everything will be updated prior to early voting starting next week.
If you have voted in the past but perhaps have moved, the registration deadline is also your deadline to submit a new application and make sure your information is current to avoid issues at the polls.
You need to update your voter registration. That way you're voting in the right location and you're voting on the right ballot.
As of Monday morning, out of more than 8 million plus registered voters in Georgia, 1 million plus were listed as inactive, according to the Secretary of State's office.
So inactive status, it's important to remember you can still vote if you have inactive, if you're marked as inactive.
Fall says inactive simply means county election mail sent to you was returned or you did not vote in multiple elections, but you are still registered. If mail was returned because of an old or bad address, though, again, you need to update it by today.
All right, Joe, we also know a lot of young people are looking to vote as well. And even if someone isn't 18 years old yet, a question we get, can they still submit a voter registration application by today's deadline?
Well, they can, Jonathan. In Georgia, you just have to be 18 by or on Election Day. So if you are 17 right now and your birthday is between now and Election Day, you can also go ahead and submit a registration application. Reporting live in Cobb County tonight, I'm Joe Hinkie, 11 Alive News.
All right, Joe, just a little time left. Thank you so much. And we are helping you check your voter registration tonight. If you are not sure about your status, you can just text the word VOTE to 404-885-7600. We'll get that information directly over to you on your phone.